Hello guys, today we're watching the story of how a girl spent her dad's money in just 33 days. That's very special. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get this started.
Hi, I'm Kayla from Ireland. Please
Kayla?
like and subscribe. I was born to
Or
parents
not
with
Kayla?
very different personalities. While Mom was a nature lover who preferred simple
Yes.
things in life, Dad was a successful hotel chain owner, and he loved money more than anything else.
Even
When I
her
was
own
8,
daughter.
Dad
I mean
left
his
Mom
own
for
daughter.
another woman, and Mom and I shifted to a small village in the countryside. I was so mad at Dad for abandoning us. But slowly,
How can you
I fell
abandon
in
the
love with
together?
village life. Mom opened a small farm and I joined the local school. On my first day, I was walking to school when I saw a skinny boy struggling with his bicycle stuck in the mud.
Oh.
Hey, let me help you. I pulled the bicycle with all my strength and got it out in
Wow.
seconds. Wow,
Look at
you're so
those
strong.
muscles. I
Like
wish
Hulk.
I had the. Oh
Captain
my
Marvel
God.
is more like it. When I reached school, I found out that boy was in my class and his name was Matthew. He was so thin that the other kids were making fun of him. Hey, be careful. If you bump into Matthew, you'll break his bones.
Oh.
Hold on to something, Matthew, or the wind's gonna blow you away.
So sad.
I felt really bad, but before I could say something, he saw me and his eyes lit up. See that girl? She pulled my bicycle stuck in the mud with just a finger. If you mess with me, she's gonna kick your butt. Right, Captain Marvel? Right. Since that day, Matthew and I started hanging out, and
Kind
anyone who tried
girl.
bullying him had to face me first. We became inseparable. One day in 8th grade, Mom told me she got a call from Dad, and he wanted to talk to me. He'd never visited once in all
Ugly
these years.
human
All he'd
being.
done was send me some expensive present every birthday.
I hate you
I
for
don't want
leaving
to
me
talk to him.
down.
His second wife left him, so he seemed upset. You should call him. I reluctantly did.
Wait,
and he seemed happy to hear from me.
Wait.
My
Did she say second wife? Or am I just hallucinating? Cause I'm pretty sure I heard her saying second wife. What? Okay, that was just by the way.
angel. I thought you'd forgotten your daddy. I tried to, but Mom wouldn't let me. And then I just hung up. I did the same every time Dad called, so he stopped after a while. And I wasn't complaining. Eventually, Matthew went to the city for college while I stayed back to learn farm management, but we stayed in touch. Then one day, I got a text from Dad that left me worried. Kayla, I need you. I know I've been a terrible father, but I'm in a crisis right now and need you.
Crisis?
Please don't abandon me. I tried calling him, but his
abandoned
number was
them
switched
when
off.
they needed
When I
help,
told Mom, she
but
insisted
they
I leave
should
immediately to
abandon
see what was
you
wrong.
when you
So I
know.
packed my bag and caught the first
Which
train to
is
the
why
city.
you should
I'd
always
just settled
be
into
kind
my
to
seat when I heard
anyone
some noise from behind.
and
I
everyone.
turned around to see a very
Even
handsome
though
guy
they don't.
who seemed to have misplaced his ticket.
Goodbye.
Give me a new one.
Okay, now
Here's my
goodbye.
credit
I'm
card.
just pausing
Sorry,
for
sir. Around to
Okay,
see
guys, we're
a
back.
very handsome guy who seemed to have misplaced his ticket. Give me a new one. Here's my credit card. Sorry, sir. We only take cash.
Oh.
But I can pay for your ticket if you don't
Kind
mind.
woman.
That'd be great. Thanks. I'll pay you
Kind
back. He gave me a big
So
dimpled smile,
kind.
and it made my heart flutter. When we reached the city, I found the stranger asleep, so
If
I
you're
left
watching,
quietly.
you should
I
always
had to
be
walk to
kind
Dad's
to
mansion now
everyone
since I
and
didn't have enough
everyone
money
you
left
come
to take the
across.
bus. As I was
And
walking
they'll
down
be
the street, a
nice and
fancy
kind
car pulled
or
up beside me.
whatever to
Hey,
you.
why didn't you wake me up? I didn't want to disturb you. Well, looking this handsome can be exhausting, so I was kind of tired. Anyway, here's the train fare, and as a thank you, I can drop you wherever you're headed to. When I gave him Dad's address, he looked really surprised. You were gonna walk to this place? That's like 3 miles away. I know, but I'm sort of short on cash right now, so... And you still bought me a ticket? You sure you're not Mother Teresa's daughter or something? On our way to Dad's mansion, the guy introduced himself as Trevor and talked
Trevor
non-stop
from
about
GTA.
everything under the sun. It was quite an entertaining ride. But when I reached the mansion, I was shocked to see Dad in bed, looking sick. Dad, are you okay? Kayla, my love, I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Dad told me he'd had a heart attack and the doctors had advised him to rest completely. He'd called me to take care of his business until he was healthy again. But I don't know a thing about your business. I'm here to help you, honey. It's not rocket science. And here's my credit card. You'll need some, decent clothes to attend the meetings. I wasn't too thrilled about staying back, but Dad's poor health left me no choice. I called Matthew to tell him I was in the city and went shopping with him. When I told him about Dad, his jaw dropped. Why didn't you tell me your dad's so rich? He's pretty famous. That makes you famous too. Wow, my friend's a celebrity.
Wait.
Stop it. I'm only here until he gets...
You have like $5 in your bank account, yet you're rich. What? Wait. I'm just going. Yeah. I'm very rich. Yeah. There's no need to talk about it. I'm so rich. Like my father could buy 50 Lamborghinis in 15 hours or minutes or whatever like that. Yeah, I'm so rich. Yeah, look at me with my diamond Gucci bag. No. You don't have to flex. Don't be flexing.
It gets better. I'd almost forgotten I had a dad. If I had a dad like him, I'd make sure he never forgot me. That evening, Dad told me to attend a dinner with a business associate. I reached the restaurant on time, but when no one turned up for an
I have a
hour,
feeling
I was about
that
to leave
my dad is
when I
Susan.
bumped into something rock solid. Kayla, I'm here. What are your other 2 wishes? So Trevor was the business associate I was meeting? I want to use the restroom. That's your second wish? Try something more creative, like, I want Trevor to pluck the stars for me, or I want Trevor to buy me a mansion on Mars. The entire evening, Trevor kept flirting with me. Feel my shirt. Know what it's made of? Boyfriend material. I think there's something wrong with my phone. Your number's not in it. This is supposed to be a business meeting, not a flirtathon. I know, but it's just so hard to
Okay,
concentrate
something
when
is
you're
wrong with
sitting
the
there
internet,
looking
so
so
I'll be
bored.
right back. Okay, we're closer to
Room.
the internet.
He was excited to know
so we
how the
shouldn't
meeting
have
went.
any
I
problems.
lied to him that it went fine.
No,
I
it
had to
didn't
attend
went fine.
business
It
meetings
was
with
a
Trevor
fleeting
almost
flirt
every other
time.
day after that, and not a word of business was discussed. Trevor
The only
bombarded me with
business going
flowers,
there
chocolates, and
is
gifts, and I had to
flirting
accept them
business.
for Dad's sake. And then
That's
one day, Dad
wow.
dropped a bomb on me. Kayla, I want you and Trevor to get engaged. He's rich, handsome, and I've even talked to his dad. What?
Oh, wait.
Engaged? I think you're...
You want a 15 or 16-year-old girl to get engaged to someone she has not even known for more than 15 days. This guy isn't just sick, he has a mental problem and he needs to be rushed to the hospital right now. Yeah, luckily I'm a nurse, I can take him to the hospital. Let's go. Wee. Okay.
You're expecting too much from me now. Honey, I'm just thinking about your future.
No,
Trevor can
your
give you
future.
everything. I don't care about money. Don't
You
you know
want
me at all?
money.
How would I when you shut me out of your life? Kayla,
Actually,
I'm
you
just
shut
an old man
her
who wants
out
the
of
best
life.
for his daughter. I know I won't live long, and I want to see you well settled before I... Dad,
It's
please,
just for
you'll be
you.
fine.
Stop.
Okay, I'll
Stop.
date Trevor, and
Stop.
we'll see how
Stop.
things go from there. Although I had agreed to date Trevor, I had no
Stop.
intention of getting engaged to him. In fact, I was gonna make him reject me. So the next day, when Trevor came to
Yeah,
pick me up
make
in
him
a
reject
frickin'
you.
helicopter and took me to a restaurant in London, I ate like a pig and burped right in his face.
Oh my
Burp
gosh.
smells like sunflowers.
Sunflowers.
What the fudge? As we were walking out, I purposely stepped on his expensive white shoes. This beautiful stain shall always remind me of you. Then he took me shopping, and I purposely bought the most expensive clothes I could find. But he didn't even flinch. You
Oh
only
my
spent
gosh.
0.001% of my wealth. That's insulting. What's the matter with you? Can't you see that I'm not interested in dating you? Give me one solid reason why, and I'll back off. I don't like you. You look like poop. I'm used to girls falling all over me since I hit puberty, so try something else. Okay, don't tell Dad, but I'm into girls. Suddenly, Trevor pulled me in and kissed me. When his lips touched mine, I felt my heart explode. No, you're not. What? You're not gay. Actually, the truth is, I like someone else. Who? And I said the first name that came to my mind. Matthew, my childhood best friend. He's studying here in the city, and we meet often.
Stop.
If that's the case, I'll tell your dad things didn't work out between us. But I want to meet this Matthew first. That day I called Matthew and told him everything. He assured me he'd act so convincingly as my boyfriend that Trevor wouldn't suspect a thing.
Now, this is
So
the part
the
that
three of us
Matthew
decided to
actually
meet for a movie.
confesses
Matthew
his
kept
love
holding my
for
hand
her.
and calling me his sweet dumpling every 2 minutes. Your
Sweet
ears are so
dumpling.
perfect, my sweet dumpling. My sweet dumpling. Do you want some more popcorn? God, he was the king of
Actually, he
overacting.
meant every
If you
2
call me sweet
seconds.
dumpling one more time, I'm gonna kick your butt. But I'm just trying to be
You
convincing.
better.
Just do as I say. When I nudge your arm, you lean over and kiss me on the cheek, okay? A few seconds later, I nudged Matthew's arm, but that made his popcorn bucket fall. As I bent to pick it up, Matthew ended up kissing Trevor instead of me. Ultimately, Trevor figured out Matthew wasn't my boyfriend. With no other excuses, I had to date Trevor. But it wasn't bad at all. The more
Yes, it
time we
was
spent
good.
together, the more I started to enjoy his company. One day, we went on a hike to a lake and swam for hours and had a picnic, and it was kind of amazing. A few days later, I was in my car at a traffic light when I spotted Trevor, and I called him. Hey, you free to meet up for coffee? Not right now. I'm just on my way to meet my other girlfriend. Don't you get tired of being sleazy? I love how jealous you sound right now. Okay, bye. Wait, I was kidding. But yeah, I can't meet tonight. I'm at Dad's office right now and I have lots to do. Right. See you later. The jerk was lying. What if he actually was seeing someone else? I asked the driver to follow his car, and to my surprise, Trevor led us to an orphanage. When I crept in behind him, I saw a bunch of kids running towards him as he handed them all toys. One girl leapt into his lap, and he was so sweet to her it melted my heart. And suddenly, he looked straight at me. So, you caught me with my girlfriend. Meet Lizzie. After spending some more time with the kids, we both left, and I asked him why he'd lied. It's always been my little secret. Even Dad doesn't know. I just really like spending time with these kids. Maybe I thought you'd think I'm some sort of softie. And why is that a bad thing? Do you really know anything about girls? Suddenly, I leaned in and kissed him. He looked surprised and then kissed me back. Things were great, but 2 days later, I got a shocking call from Matthew. Kayla, I saw your dad at a restaurant today with someone, and he looked perfectly fine. They were laughing, smoking cigars.
Cigars?
But Dad can hardly get out of bed.
Okay,
But
wait. Smoking cigars. Whilst you're telling your girl, your daughter that you're sick. Now, I don't know if I know how to recap because I'm not the best editor, but I remember saying that the dad's probably using her. And what did he say? What did he say?
smoking cigars.
Yes, smoking cigars. Yeah, that's not okay. Come on, Jesus, freaking Jesus. You can't lie to your daughter like that. Don't be doing her dirty like that. Jesus.
What? But Dad can hardly get out of bed. But Matthew was
No,
pretty sure he'd
he
seen
can't.
Dad, so I fished out his doctor's number to ask him about his health. Mr. Smith is great. He came in for his annual checkup last week, and he's completely fine. Dad was
I was
lying
right,
to me
I
all
was
this
right,
time.
I was right,
When
I
I
was
went to
right,
confront
I was
him,
right,
I
I
found
was
him in
right,
his
I
bed
was right.
as usual. Honey, can you please take
Get
me for a
out
walk
of the
outside?
freaking bed.
Drop the act, Dad.
Liar.
I know you're perfectly fine. You just had a word with your doctor.
Yeah?
Smart girl. You're my daughter after all. How I wish I wasn't. I'm packing my bags and leaving right away.
Yes,
Don't
right.
make that mistake,
Oh.
or your mom might lose her farm. Dad then told me that Mom's farm had been running in losses for months. Apparently, she's been giving out stuff to the poor folk for free. Your mom's an emotional fool, but I'm not. I need you to get engaged with Trevor to get his dad to invest in my business. We have a deal. So, I'm nothing more than a business deal to you?
are
Don't take
not
it personally, honey.
an
I'm just a
emotional
practical
fool,
man.
but
Now,
you
your
are
mom's
in
taken
fact
some
a
loans,
fool.
and I can pay them off if you agree. Otherwise, the bank will be going after her very soon, and she'll lose everything. That came as a punch to my gut. I stormed out of
guy's
Dad's room
wicked.
and ran straight into Trevor. You knew about this deal my dad made with yours?
Oh.
I can't lie to you, Kayla. My dad's been after me to settle down, and he threatened to cut off my inheritance if I didn't get engaged to you. Stop. That's all I needed to hear. That day, I packed my bag
I'm literally about to cry.
and left.
Please.
I knew Dad could ruin our lives, but I
Video.
was too heartbroken to care.
What? What do you want?
Too heartbroken to care.
Oh.
When I reached the village and asked Mom
Now,
about
guys,
the farm's
the quality
finances,
has
she
been
revealed
lowered
something
a little,
shocking.
but
Our finances
yeah,
were in pretty bad shape, but
I'll
today
edit
someone
it.
deposited a
Oh,
huge
you get it.
amount in my bank account.
What
I
did
tried
you
finding out who that
say?
was, but I couldn't get any details. We used that money to sort out the farm's finances, and soon everything was back to normal. One day, I came back from the market to find Trevor working in the vegetable
Trevor?
garden with Mom. I
Trevor.
hired him. He said he was in
Wait,
need of money.
Trevor.
We could use an extra pair of
Trevor.
hands. But Mom,
I'm
you don't
calling
even
Trevor.
know him. He looks like a nice, decent boy. She didn't know what a big fat liar he was.
Yeah, big
Why are
fat
you
liar
here?
he was.
What's your plan? The plan is to make you forgive me so we
So
can
we
date
can
again.
date again.
After the way you've treated me?
No,
No
no
chance.
chance.
Listen to me, please. It's true. My dad asked me to date Mr.
Miss
Smith's
Smith's
daughter,
daughter.
but I had no idea that girl would turn out to be you. I fell
Yeah.
for you the moment you rushed into the train that day. Trust me, Kayla. You're unlike any other girl I know.
You're
Why should I
kind,
trust you,
sweet,
Trevor?
you're-
It could still be your dad's sick plan.
I don't know.
I've
I don't know.
parted
But you're
ways
still
with
kind,
Dad.
you're sweet,
After
you're
you left, he
beautiful,
wanted me to date another girl, and when I refused, he cut off my inheritance. And just so
Oh.
you know, your dad's gone bankrupt. He desperately needed my dad's money to revive his business. But
Well,
when things didn't work out,
her
he
dad-
sold his hotel.
It serves her
Well,
dad right.
my dad totally deserved it.
Yes,
Trevor kept
yes,
working
he
hard
did.
at our farm for weeks, but I still felt too scared to trust him again. One day, I found him sneaking out of the farm and followed him. He'd gone to the bank, and when I later inquired why he was there, I found out he was the person who deposited money in Mom's account. When I asked
Oh.
Trevor about it, he told me the truth. I overheard Mr. Smith threatening you that day. I had some savings and decided to help you out, just as you did that day on the train. I couldn't help hugging Trevor,
So-
and when he
so-
hugged me
so
back,
kind.
my life seemed perfect.
Okay, guys, if you want to see more enjoyable content like that from MSA, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Good freaking bye.